Juventus leading the Tchouameni race. Are Chelsea going to swoop in and hijack the deal in the last second this upcoming summer window? Antonio Rudiger, is he going to extend his current contract, or will he be making a move to either Juventus or Bayern Munich? There was massive rumours and talks today in terms of his current wages, in terms of the wage Chelsea are offering, and we know, of course, because he's in the remaining year of his contract in January, if he hasn't signed an extension, he's free to sign a pre-contract with any club in Europe outside of England. Is he going to go to Juventus? Is he going to go into Bayern Munich? He had some quotes to say written by Christian Falk. And of course, we're speaking about Chelsea's squad value. Chelsea ranked third in Europe in terms of squad value, 946 million euros. But before I do get into all of the news, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and comment down below your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's get straight into this news daily. Starting off with, of course, the news in regards to Aurelien Tchouameni. Now, of course, we all know the backstory in regards to Tchouameni. He was heavily linked in the summer to Chelsea. Chelsea, we know, needed a backup defensive midfielder who can progress the ball, who's quick, who's a box-to-box mid, and who can deliver quality depth for the likes of Jorginho, Mateo Kovacic, etc. Declan Rice was also on the list. Now, the issue with Tchouameni was, one, the experience. He's a youngster, and he's only had one season in Monaco, so there is some risk involved with Tchouameni signing. Yes, his attributes, yes, his actual skill set is perfect for what Chelsea need, but there's that worry. We had that same rush with Bakayoko. We splashed 40 million. It was a risk, and of course it never paid off. The same could happen with Tchouameni, and Chelsea wanted him to develop his game a lot more at Monaco before making a move. Wanted to make sure that it wasn't a bit of a fluky season, that he can produce his performances on a consistent basis. And so Chelsea were a bit hesitant to pay the 40 to 45 million pounds, added into the fact as well that Tchouameni wanted guaranteed first team football, and Chelsea simply couldn't provide that. You know, we have a world-class midfielder that stands, Jorginho, N'Golo Kante, Mateo Kovacic. You know, we've got Saul Niguez, of course. If we did sign Tchouameni, Saul Niguez would never have come, but we still have likes of your Ruben Loftus-Cheeks, and so Tchouameni was always going to be 4th-5th choice despite his skill set, and he didn't want to be backup. He wanted guaranteed minutes, and Chelsea simply couldn't guarantee him or prioritise those minutes for him, and so of course the deal never materialised. However, would Chelsea swoop back in for Tchouameni this summer? Now, the biggest issue, of course, if he has another tremendous season, Chelsea are not going to be the only club in for his signature. Juventus, as I speak right now, other top European elite clubs like your Bayern Munich, like your Barcelonas, etc. Now, according to Tuttosport, an Italian publication, Juventus are trying to get a head start in the race for AS Monaco's Aurelien Tchouameni because they anticipate competition from Chelsea and Liverpool. He's valued at 35 to 40 million euros by the French side. Now, my question to you guys is, would you pay the 40 million pounds price tag, the asking price that Monaco are currently raising? Would you pay it in the summertime? It really depends. It really depends on the season that our current midfield have. Let's not forget, in a recent game, Ross Barkley and Ruben Loftus-Cheek both had Mazzolinis. They both had masterclasses. Yes, it's only one performance. Yes, it's only one game. However, if they produce these performances on a consistent level, Chelsea don't need a midfielder in the summer window, and that's just a simple fact. And then added to the fact that we also got Saul Niguez. Now, Saul Niguez, as it stands, is going to be returned to Atletico Madrid, but the season's just begun. We have a long season. I see so many people on social media already ruling out Saul Niguez, and I'm thinking, whoa, hang on a second here. He's had 2 games. Yes, he had an atrocious debut, and he had a bit of a recovery in the second game against Aston Villa, but he needs patience. He needs time to adapt to the Premier League. He even said himself, for him to acclimatise and for him to get back to his best, he's going to need, at least 2 months. And he said around 3 months for him to get back to his best. And Tuchel trusts him. There's a reason why we signed him in the first place. So for me, let's just wait and see. It's really early days. It's really early doors in regards to Tchouameni. Now, personally, as I said, as a player, do I rate him 100%? He's a top quality player in terms of his skill set, his attributes. And I've always said, in Thomas Tuchel's system, when you play as a 3 at the back in that double 6 pivot position, or in fact, if you do utilise a 4 at the back formation, you need that register, you need that DM who's not only good at breaking up play and who's good at box-to-box positions, but he needs to be able to progress the ball at an efficient rate, complete those final third passes, make those audacious passes that actually get completed, not just pinging it and losing possession every single time, actually attempting those audacious passes and actually completing them, unlocking low blocks, bringing some sort of creativity to our midfield. And of course, that's a skill set I'm looking for, and I do see that in Aurelien Tchouameni. I think that he's very, very talented. I think he's very gifted in terms of what he can offer, what he can provide, and I personally think that he'd be a perfect fit for Chelsea. But the problem is we are already sacked in this position, especially if Ruben, Barkley and Saul Niguez have tremendous seasons as it stands. But what do you guys think? Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. What do you guys think? Do you still think, despite us having 5 to 6 midfielders, would you still swoop in for Aurelien Tchouameni? Let's not forget as well, not just Juventus, Liverpool, other top European clubs are going to be in for him. So yes, the asking price is between 35 to 40 million euros, but that's bound to rise. You know, with the asking price, with the competition around, you know, all of the top clubs, that's of course going to rise to 50, potentially even more. So let's wait and see what happens in regards to that. Now let's talk about Antonio Rudiger. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? What's happening with Antonio Rudiger? Now, CF Bayern, Christian Falk, very reliable German journalist when it comes to German players, German news, etc., etc. Now, Antonio Rudiger had a bit of an interview. He was asked about the Bayern Munich interest. Of course, we know he has less than 1 year on his current contract. And he said, "This interest honours me. That shows that I've done a few things right recently." Antonio Rudiger on making Bundesliga switch next summer. He said, "I feel good where I am right now." So that fits at the moment. Fabrizio has already confirmed that as of now, neither Bayern Munich or Real Madrid are in advanced talks with Antonio Rudiger, and that Juventus have tried really hard recently to bring the Chelsea defender Antonio Rudiger to the club. Now, of course, it just goes to show what quality defender Rudiger is. When you've got Juventus, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, one of the best clubs in European football after you, the pedigree that they have, the quality, the big names, they want Rudiger. Rudiger in the prime of his career, what he's done in the past 9 to 8 months has been absolutely sensational. Winning the Champions League of Chelsea, guiding us to the top of the table so far this season, guiding us to an FA Cup final, marshalling that back four, marshalling the defence. He's been superb. You know, he's completely transformed ever since Lampard got sacked and Thomas Tuchel walked through those double doors at Cobham. He's been simply nothing short of magnificent. I think that Chelsea need to do everything in their power to get this guy to extend. Now, you know, we were hearing rumours of £400,000 a week. It's simply not true. Don't believe every rumour you see. Chelsea, from as far as I know, from what I was reading from reliable reports and journalists, is that Chelsea were offering between 125 and 140 a week. He's currently on less than 100k, I believe. He's not even in the top 10 players at Chelsea, and of course he's been playing like that. So of course he is worthy of a wage upgrade in that regards. But Chelsea were offering between £125,000 to £140,000 a week. Rudiger's rejected that. He's looking more around the £200,000 a week mark. Now, I'm sure with negotiations, you know, meeting in the middle, etc., I'm sure that we can agree somewhere between 160, 170. It is taking a bit of time, but hopefully we can get this wrapped up in the next few weeks or so. We need to get it wrapped up before January. That's imperative, because in January, as I said at the start of the video, he is allowed to sign any pre-contract with any club outside of Europe, and that's when the proposals come, you know, from Juventus, from Bayern Munich. That's when the official proposals come, because that means he would have had 6 months left on his current contract. They're going to be offering much more wages, and of course it's a lot more lucrative for him because he's going to get massive signing on fees and bonuses with those respective clubs. So for me, Chelsea need to get this sorted ASAP. Tuchel rates him, Tuchel loves him, he wanted him at Paris Saint-Germain. Rudiger loves Tuchel, he's really happy at Chelsea, as it already stated in the interview. So for me, let's just get this deal sorted. But what do you guys think? Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Do you want Rudiger to stay, or do you think that he should move on and that we should sign a competent replacement? But finally, let's move on to the top 5 league club squads. Estimated transfer values as of October 1, 2021, not including players unknown. These are top 5 valued squads in Europe. The first is Man City at 1.28 billion euros. The second is Manchester United at 1.214 billion euros. And third, of course, is Chelsea, ranked with 946 million euros. Barca in fourth with 896 million euros. And Bayern Munich in fifth with 890 million euros. Of course, that squad assembled is magnificent. All 5 squads, you know, Barca, Bayern, Chelsea, United, City are all world-class squads. There's no doubt about it. All squads have world-class players in them, in terms of the investment, in terms of quality and attributes of players, in terms of skill set. All of them are simply world-class. That's a big reason why, but all 5 of them are elite clubs, and why all 5 of them have a potential chance of winning a Champions League. Maybe not Barcelona right now because of the current financial, the financial situation that they're currently in. But in regards to the other 4 clubs, 100%, the investments they made recently. Yes, we had a transfer ban, we lost Eden Hazard, but the investments we made ever since, spending over £220 million in a season Lampard was here, and spending over £100 million in the summer just gone on Romelu Lukaku, of course, with the current squad that we already had. For me, it's about right. I've always said that Chelsea, we don't ever spend anywhere near as much as a Man City or Manchester United, but yet we still sustain those results. We still compete with them year in, year out. And for me, it's important now that we continue this investment. It's important now that we get a new scouting system, a director of football, to ensure that these investments are going in the right areas, because we've spent a lot of money on players that have simply not lived up to expectations. So for me, it's imperative, it is important that, of course, we get new scouts in, that we get a director of football, so the investments that we make actually suit the team, actually suit the manager's needs. But it's interesting to know that Chelsea have the third highest valued squad in European football. But what do you guys think? Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. If you did enjoy, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.